The other thing
Not
with the
the
Skeleton Crew is it felt like they were also taking hints or some type of like comparison notes from a game called Warframe, because some of the way they were trying to deliver the story, it felt like they were taking exactly from that game in certain aspects of being like alone on a ship adrift, and you have one protector and a bunch of children. That those would be the Tenno, and then you have the Lotus. And I started going, "Are you guys really going to try to take from Warframe when you literally have an expanded universe you're just taking from already?" And that kind of set me off.
Well, they would have to read to go into the expanded universe. They'd have to pick up a book. Come on, they're busy. They're production people. They're out there doing movies and stuff. They got time to read.
But you can pick up books. They're on the floor at Barnes and Noble in front of the good books.
This is true. No, but you're right. And for those that may be wondering, just to clarify what Lauren is saying that may not know the story Heir to the Empire, that's a story that is centrally focused around Han, Luke, and Leia.
Yeah, the original characters.
Not Ahsoka and Ezra. And that's a very, very, I mean, it's completely different. These books were written long before the Clone Wars and Rebels TV shows.
All right, so basically what they're doing is that they're trying to pull a Marvel move and stuff, and they try to take something that was written in books and stuff, try to sell it on film and all of that, without the characters that were even featured or even led in the books. Is that what you're telling me?
Lauren?
That's pretty much it. Yeah. And I'm gonna plug something here real quick. In protest this weekend, because I was so pissed off about what they were doing here, I started reading Heir to the Empire on my YouTube channel. I've got the first 3 chapters up there. If you have not read or familiar with those books, I'm starting to go through them. So if you're interested, go to my channel.
Did you turn on the captions? Because I'd like to see how YouTube gets it wrong.
Well, I think they automate captions now. I mean, I don't even turn. They're there when I upload videos. They caption them, so you can watch it and then you just turn the captions on. The auto recognition has gotten pretty good. Sometimes it's funny.
You ain't read mine then.
Oh no, not
they don't understand
your
me
freaking
at all.
accent. No,
when the YouTube captions
your
pop up,
nobody can understand that.
For Mandy's, I've seen it. When the captions pop up, it really has the Swedish chef going Victor.
It does. It turns me into the Muppet Chef. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. So I mean, we've got that. We said the Acolyte. We've got Skeleton Crew, and then of course we've got the Rey movie that we told you was coming, and it got announced. That was one that I really wanted to be wrong on. I really, really wanted to be so wrong about that. Pro wanted to be wrong about that. I'm sorry.
Y'all want to be wrong about it. I'm still hurt about it, and I have been a Star Wars fan for long.
I'm excited about it. I think this is the best way to just destroy it, absolutely, and to tank it and to lose all their money and to send it the other direction, because I think it's got to burn down before it's going to come back. That's my personal. I mean, I really feel like they've got to completely ruin it. It's got to be like absolutely destroyed before it can be reborn,
rebuilt. Yeah.
Hi, by somebody else after they're forced to sell it.
First time caller here. I have a question. How does one that is now a Jedi Master with no training make a new Jedi Order? I'm still confused by this. Like
she has the Jedi books, Stephen.
Because she's got the books.
She can read.
I didn't watch Rise of Palpatine. Someone got to fill me in here.
God, Stephen, she's
Jedi.
got the books, and the Force is female.
Yeah.
Hello, do you need any more than that? She's a girl, obviously.
Yes. And she trained with Luke Skywalker for a day and a half.
For a day,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, Obi-Wan Kenobi picked up a bunch of geodes and threw them at Darth Vader. Doesn't make him a geologist.
Does anybody?
He did not have the magical Force vagina. That is the real power.
That's it.
What the development is so sexist. It's so sexist character development it is.
Did anybody believe that Grogu was with Luke for 2 years between these 2 seasons?
No.
Because I sure as hell didn't. I was like, they said that. I'm like, that makes no sense. That just doesn't work. So wait, you're telling me that at the end of the 2nd season where we got the cut where Fennec and Boba Fett immediately show up after the fight with Gideon, they go back to Tatooine to take over Jabba's palace, and they just sat in the boat for 2 years before they got out and did that, and then Mando shows up a few weeks. I'm like, wait a minute, you tell me this is 2 years?
No.
Like, see, that's the kind of thing where I felt like and we can all go around why. We all know Gina Carano would screw things up when they got rid of her and they had to re-script a bunch of stuff and everything else. And it's like, they were scrambling with the season of Mando to figure out what to do. We had this 2-year gap between the
And
end
you
of the
can
last
see
season.
it in the season.
Oh, man, you
That
can.
was just
Yeah.
the,
Big
Um,
that was just the start with Gina Carano. That was just the start of an unexpectedly expected turn for the worse.
Yeah.
It seems that the Mando season 3 has slowly turned into an unfunny Spaceballs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Spaceballs was good though. Much
And-
better
and-
than,
and
much
something
better
else-
than anything they're doing now.
Something else on the Rey movie. So back in what was it, 2020, I think, Star Wars Celebration, when they announced the Kenobi show
Mhm.
with Ewan and Hayden coming back and all that. So the Star Wars Twitter page posted that with the trailer when they dropped the first trailer, 186,000 likes. The announcement, which was at this point right now 2 days ago, on the Daisy Ridley on Star Wars Twitter, 15,000 likes.
That's slightly bad.
Wait, that's the same amount of viewership they've had throughout the whole Celebration Live on their channel. They have not broken 20K that I've seen at all.
Well,
the most
got
I
as
saw
high as
was 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, 22 was the
first
biggest I
day.
saw. Yeah.
And the only reason I noticed that is because I was on EBN. We were all there. I was with Nick and Coach when they started at, what was it, 7 a.m, Good Friday or something like that, when Celebration launched. And there was 22, 23, because we even commented on it. And I said, the Star Wars YouTube channel has just shy of 4 million subscribers. They couldn't get 1/2 of 1%.
No. Valiant. That's 4 million on the books displayed by YouTube. How many of those are dead subs? How many of those are bots? We all know.
Oh no, that's what I was saying. We know they're bots, and that's my
We
point.
know.
1/2 of 1% of your subscriber base showed up for the biggest live event that you've done in how many years?
Yeah.
And your name is Star Wars?
There is a good thing though, and I don't know if anyone else is picking it up, but I'm definitely getting Billy D. Williams' book after watching that. Man, it was sad, but also watching him on that panel. But like, I want
God
that
bless
book.
that man.
When he pulled out that paper just to read, man, where I was done, man. It was like, shoot.
Yeah, he's not doing well.
The best part, which I don't know how many of you guys saw it, but the best part of Celebration actually happened today when Hayden Christensen came out and they interviewed him.
Great
and
panel.
the whole crowd went nuts. He was tearing up, getting emotional, thanking everybody. And then I'm drawing a blank. The actor who played Wedge yesterday.
Oh yeah,
Him.
I saw him.
Dennis Lawson. He was one of the first people the entire weekend I saw mentioning and giving praise to George Lucas. There was no. The entire celebration. There was no tribute to George. There was nothing mentioned about George. It was him and like maybe one or two other people that even mentioned George Lucas at all.
Nick, you're right. It was all they ever said was George Lucas's legacy. George Lucas's legacy, and when they were promoting their own products, like, there was no mention of George or any type. When they said they were getting, there's no source material. They even meant the creator itself, and that's what's going on right now.
Well, they treat him like he's already dead. And to that end, it was funny. The first day Kathy walks out there, dead silence. In between two thunderous applauses for one of the first was Tony Gilroy. And I'm thinking to myself, how many people actually know who the hell Tony Gilroy is? Even the people in that room. Let's be honest. How many people know showrunners and directors?
It was mid
and
at
things?
best in comparison to what's his face? As
you call him Casio Keyboard, Diego Luna.
Keyboard.
There was more. There was more applause for the dude that was in the green suit who pushed BB-8.
Oh my god!
And that was an actual person on panel.
And wait, here was the funny thing. Did you notice the next morning when Kathy let off the Saturday morning, they brought her back out. She came to that center table, and it was the same one where they had the cast of Ahsoka and everybody came out. She came out, man, the audience, it was really loud that second morning. Because somebody had to have a conversation with the guests in the room about when that bitch comes out, y'all best run your mouths really loud. I mean, somebody had to tell them something, or they had like an applause sign in the background, people with cue cards, because the day before it was dead. It was dead, and then the next day it was so loud. I'm like, yeah, that's not organic.
Yeah.
I gotta say this though. Nick actually did a great analysis on it. And I watched this video on Echo Base Network about how the crowd reacted to Kathleen Kennedy. So great job with that, Nick. But I'm just now learning about the reaction that they gave the next day. Anyone wondering exactly how many of them who gave that loud applause might be high actors or actresses and everything?
I think it was more like, who wants a free lightsaber?
I
Do
think
you want a
that-
free
Yeah.
lightsaber?
I think that's what it
Like a
was.
They put a few plants in the crowd the next morning. You
everyone
gotta, I mean,
wanted those cards.
you pay people to do that to jazz
Hold
up the rest of
signs
the
up.
crowd. Yeah,
Applause.
because
I think everybody had like oven mitts under their chairs, like on an episode of Oprah, to fire them up,
or
They
whoopee
threatened them.
cushions.
They threatened them with a Reva montage if they didn't clap. That's
Oh.
pretty much.
Oh.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
Nick-
Lord.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to ask Nick a question real quick.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to see a whole lot of the celebration stream. You mentioned that they didn't really mention George. I wondered, did anybody mention Tom Kane at all?
Not one time. Not once. Not that I heard.
You'd think somebody would have mentioned him. That man has done so much work for Lucasfilm and Star Wars over the years. He was. Do you remember a few years ago when he was ragging on The Last Jedi on the celebration stage? Do you remember that?
Wait, Tom Kane was?
Yeah. He was on the
I
stage
vaguely remember that.
he was on the stage being interviewed, and he said, "I don't know what's up with this Holdo woman on the show." He said that she comes in here, and who is she? And you had Admiral Akbar on the back here, and the interviewer was dying on the stage.
Oh,
And
yes.
They kind of had to cut him off. They
Yeah.
cut him off.
Yeah,
and-
I found it.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
you got it. Yeah, well, he had a stroke. I
Thou
think it
shalt
was-
not complain about the purple-headed lesbian bookstore owner.
Right.
Space HR is gonna
Is
is
that
has
what's
already been
considering-
reported.
Space HR.
You are talking about Tom Kane, the voice actor, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
He was the voice of Yoda in
Yeah.
the Clone Wars.
Clone
He was
Wars,
the opening narration at the start of every episode. He was Wolf Yularen on the Clone Wars.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
done all kinds of
Yeah.
video game voices. He had a stroke. I think it was either last year or maybe the year before, and so he's not able to do that anymore. And I was really hoping maybe they would give some kind of tribute to him at this year's celebration.
Oh, found it.
It's
Yeah.
a celebration about Kathleen Kennedy. That's all it was.
That was in Chicago. I was actually at
Okay.
that
All right,
celebration.
I'm sharing it for you right now.
I got it. Yeah, I see it. Hang on. Let me play this real quick, and then we're gonna grab some of these super chats, folks. Stand by. It's been about an hour since we grabbed the last round.
Sorry.
Let me. No.
Yes,
I want
I
to
remember
play.
this.
All right, go ahead, Steven.
Side of the ship. I'm like, who is this Holdo woman? Nobody knows this. There's no one's invested in that. Who is she? Why is she saving the fleet? If anyone's going to save the fleet, it'd be out.
all right. Let's. So
He's like, oh crap, oh crap.
They cut his
Look,
drunk ass
look,
off.
no, look at the dude down here. Look at the dude down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look at the
Smiling,
handler.
like, I'm getting this.
Play,
Oh my God!
Play
Wait,
it.
keep
Play it.
playing it.
play it a couple more seconds because you're going to watch that interviewer there just slump. Look at it.
Yeah.
I see it. I see him.
quick, let's talk about.
He is so drunk.
Real quick. Let's just talk about. Oh, I
Yes.
feel so awkward. Oh no, he just said something smart.
Even YouTube doesn't want to say Holdo. They still called her a Holder.
Oh God, I still do not understand. We had Star Wars for 40 years until they gave the woman the keys to run a starship. That is the first person that could ever run it out of gas.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Or hyperspace it through another ship.
Well, no,
What do you want me to do? You had to bring up Holdo, huh? You had to bring up. You kept me
I just wanna
going
watch
down
the
there.
reaction.
I hadn't talked about TLJ in years. I didn't play. Damn it.
Well, I'm mad, and I'm telling you, I'm going to bring up everything that they have done over the years. I'm going to keep needling these people until they.
You're gonna be
they stop.
busy. You're gonna be super busy because they keep giving you lots to work with.
Yep.
Yes, they do.